Hello everyone and welcome back. I hope you guys are doing well and having a good day so far. So about a year ago I bought my first steamer, which was the BRISTLE Steam Shot, and I liked steam cleaning. It is so nice to watch dirt and grime melt and run off with half the effort and no cleaning products. But the biggest problem I had with this steamer is that the steam only lasts for 25 seconds and then the machine needs 20 seconds to recharge. So it was good for light cleaning and upkeep with things. But for heavy cleaning and tough projects, I knew that I would need a bigger machine. So we finally got a professional steamer. This is the McCULLOCH that I purchased from Amazon, and today I'll be reviewing it for you guys. So before we get started on this video, please be sure to subscribe to my channel down below, hit that thumbs up, and without further ado, let's get started. Alright guys, so the machine comes completely assembled in the box, which is really nice, and the unit's actually light and easy to move around because the canister has these swivel front wheels, and with these back wheels you can really drag it behind you while you're using it. And in general, the unit's actually very well made and compact. The power cord and the steam hose are both long, so you have a lot of reach because you have an 18-foot power cord and a 10-foot steam hose that is actually flexible enough to get into those hard to reach places, especially perfect for car detailing if that's your thing. And this is your trigger button, so you press and hold it whenever you're ready for the steam. And what I like is that you can actually lock the trigger in if you push on this yellow tab like this. This is really nice for bigger cleaning projects, and this actually has a double job. So the second job is a child safety lock. So if you release it and now you push this yellow tab in, you cannot activate the steam anymore. This is a really important safety feature, especially if you have kids. And what I also like is that it has a nice place for you to rest the steam nozzle on top while you're working. So if you want to take a break, you can just rest it here, very convenient. And also on the top here we have a pressure gauge, which is handy for monitoring the steam, and you also have a steam adjustment knob, so you can control how much steam you are producing. And lastly, as far on the body, we have an on-off switch that will light red the entire time the machine is on. Next, we're going to talk about accessories and attachments. So it came with some great and useful attachments. So I'm going to go over the steam mopping accessories first. So for steam mopping and or high and hard to reach areas, it came with two 16.5 inches extension wands that you can connect together and then attach them directly onto the steam nozzle or onto the mop head. So this is your mop head, and it came with two mop pads, one with the shorter fibers and one with the little longer fibers for scrubbing, and these two are reusable and machine washable. And lastly, as far for mopping, we have a bristle brush attachment that you attach directly onto the mop head without a mop pad to scrub away stubborn spots on the floors. I think this is really handy for the garage floor. And next we have this triangle brush. So this is designed for cleaning corners and other difficult angles, and you can attach it onto this big brush if you want to cover a large surfaces like shower, for example. And you also get a scrubber. This is nice to scrub off stuck on grime, and all these accessories I mentioned so far, they attach directly onto the steam nozzle and they lock into place with a push button. But for all other small accessories, it came with this little small extension wand. So they call this the jet nozzle. So you can use it by itself because it really focuses the flow of the steam from the main nozzle and it gives you a blast of steam. That's why I call it the blaster. But it also serves as a base to which all of the other small accessories connect onto it like this. So it came with two nylon utility brushes. These are nice for grout, tiles, and stove tops. And you also get two round scrubby pads. These are great for countertops, sink, and bathtubs. And you get one brass utility brush. This is great for barbecue, oven wire racks, and things like that. And lastly, we have an angled nozzle. This is great for cracks and crevices. And we have this measuring cup. This is good for measuring your water when you fill in the machine. So right now I'm going to show you guys how to fill it up, and we're going to start steaming. Now when you're ready to fill it up, unfortunately there is no water level indicator, but we know from the owner's guide that this machine can hold 48 ounces of water. And this cup has a max line of 16 ounces. So I usually fill it up 3 times to make sure I reach the max capacity for this canister. And they do recommend you use distilled water to avoid mineral buildup inside of your machine. Now make sure you tighten the cap, and I do want to mention this is the only way to get the right amount of water inside of your unit, and I suggest every time you're done using it, after it cools down, just turn it upside down and make sure you get rid of all the leftover water, so the next time you're ready to use it, you can measure the water and know exactly how much water you have in the machine. So now we can just flip the power switch on, and the heat up time is quick. It usually takes less than 12 minutes to heat up and build up pressure, and you know you got good pressure when the needle gets up to the green. And they claim that with a full reservoir it should provide a continuous steam for up to 90 minutes at a good temperature that should clean effectively. And all you need is a rag, because steam does leave things a bit damp, so you need a clean dry rag so you can wipe up the junk that steams away. Now for steam mopping, attach a mop pad onto the mop head. And the extension wands came in 2 parts that lock together, making it easy to remove one part for shorter length. So fully insert it and lock them together. Now attach it to the mop head handle, and now lock it onto the steam nozzle. Now if you like to use some type of solution on your floor, you spray it directly on the floor before you start steaming. But I find the water is good enough for my floor because the steam really cleans it, and it leaves the floor looks and feels super squeaky clean. When you're done, remove the pads and wash them, and just remember to only use liquid detergent. Don't use fabric softener, as it seems to make all microfiber cloth less absorbent. Okay, next I want to use it to clean my kitchen faucet fixture. Over years of use, these can get clogged and look nasty. I used to soak it in vinegar overnight, and the next day I can scrub all that buildup away. But now apparently I can just blast it with the steam and it is perfect again. Almost brand new. Next, I want to try it on the oven, but I just want to note really quick, when you use your steamer and set it down for more than a minute or 2, when you go to steam again, you'll have straight water at first, like this. This is normal for a steamer, so just remember to purge it first. Okay, we use our oven a lot, as you can tell, but the steam is very powerful and it really cuts through all of the baked on stuff that's been there for a while with no problems at all. But if your oven is in worse shape than mine, you might need to use some oven cleaner and pre-treat it first. Because even with the steam, some cleaning jobs go much faster if you also use a cleaning agent beforehand. Just be careful about what the cleaner contains and take the appropriate steps for safety. And while we are still here in the kitchen, I made this mess earlier on purpose to test the steamer on dried out jam in the fridge. And as you can see, it has no problem cleaning that up. Pretty awesome. Next, we are going to use the machine on the grout. And if you've ever cleaned your grout before, you can see here that there is about as much scrubbing involved using the steam. But the benefit is that there's nothing to clean up afterwards. When I use a grout cleaner, I have to clean it a lot to get all the product residue out so I can seal it. But with the steam, I can simply just wipe it once and it is ready to be sealed. Alright guys, so I came outside to try it on a few things before we wrap up this video. So first we have a gum stuck on the concrete, as you can see. So I thought I would demonstrate the scrubby tool really quickly. Although this wasn't quick at all, it took some work, but we finally got the gum removed, and I have to say, this is my least favorite attachment by far. Now, people love using steamer to clean their vehicles, so this is actually my husband's car, and I'm just going to try cleaning a small section on the top of the valve cover. And I do want to note, for those who are steam cleaning for the first time, this is not a pressure washer. It is full steam, so you still need to do some scrubbing to get all the grime off, but the end results are totally worth it. Now, after seeing how good of a job it did on the engine, we have to try it on the grill. Okay, not bad at all. It looks like I can get it to remove all of that grease built up, and I can get it looking good again. But there's one last thing we're going to try it on, and that's some oversprayed paint on the concrete from one of our home projects that we did. And I should mention, the steamer will lose a bit of pressure when you click the trigger. Obviously, the pressure will drop when it produces steam. However, it does not affect the ability to produce steam, as the unit quickly regenerates, like in 10-20 seconds at most. And again, it did a fantastic job. Alright guys, so far I'm loving this unit. I love its performance and all the attachments that came with it. And since this is only my second steamer, I can only compare it to the BRISTLE steam shot that I have. And I think this one produced way more steam than that one. And I really like that it has a larger tank, so the water lasts longer. And this makes the cleaning go so much faster. So overall, I think this is a great unit, totally worth the investment. And I'm loving using it right now to clean and sanitize my home without the cleaning products. You can use it on so many things. I can go right now and clean and sanitize inside my refrigerator without chemicals. And I love to know that my family will not be affected by any residues left behind by typical cleaners. But with all of that being said, I do have a couple of complaints to share with you. Now, while I appreciate the big bag that came with the machine to store all of the accessories and attachments, I really wish they designed it with something to store the cable and the hose, because this problem makes it really sloppy and hard to store. And the second complaint that I have, I wish it came with a water level indicator, because when you're first getting started, it's not a problem, but when you want to move from one project to another, especially if you have to unplug the machine and plug it somewhere else, you really don't know how much water you need to top it off. But with all the other good things that this machine can do, these little small details, I think they are outweighed entirely, and I would still recommend it to anyone looking to clean without chemicals and who wants a clean look and feel to their homes. And with this, we complete this video, my friends. I really hope that you all enjoyed it, and if you are trying to decide if you want this unit and if you want to purchase it, I hope this video helped you. If it did, please thumbs it up, consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!